Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some material you, our listener, sent over.
Yeah, and this one, well, it grabs you right away with the title, doesn't it?
It really does. We're looking at something titled Asteroid Bennu, Earth's Future Threat.
Okay.
And then there's a bit more. Unveiling the mystery of Earth's future threat, Asteroid Bennu.
So, I mean, right out of the gate, the source isn't subtle. It's positioning this asteroid as, well, something pretty significant.
Significant and maybe a bit ominous. Future threat.
Exactly. It's framed with these really loaded terms.
And mystery, too. That's interesting. It's not just, here's a threat. It's, here's a threat that's also mysterious.
Right. It adds another layer. Danger plus the unknown.
So our mission, let's say, for this deep dive is pretty clear. We need to explore what this source material is actually telling us.
Yeah.
Why these labels?
Yeah, why future threat and what's the mystery according to this particular source? We're basically unpacking their argument.
Okay, let's get into it. The source flat out calls Bennu Earth's future threat. So, why? What's the reasoning given?
Well, based on the material provided, it points to Bennu's orbit. There's a statistically non-zero chance of impact.
Not now, though.
No, not immediate. The source talks about a close approach. I think it mentions the year 2135.
Right, 2135. And that close pass could apparently nudge its orbit.
Exactly. Nudge it in a way that makes later centuries, potentially problematic. It's that long-term statistical risk, however small, that the source seems to be highlighting as the threat.
Okay, so the threat is orbital, probabilistic, and way down the line.
That's what this source emphasizes, yes.
But then there's the mystery part. Unveiling the mystery. What's that about, according to the source?
That seems tied to, well, the asteroid itself. The source suggests we don't fully know its precise physical makeup.
Like what, specifically?
Things like its internal structure, is it solid, is it rubble? Also, how its surface interacts with sunlight that pushes it around slightly, the Yarkovsky effect.
Oh, really?
And its exact mass distribution, too. Little details about the rock itself.
Okay. And how does the source connect that mystery back to the threat?
Well, the implication in the source is that those physical details, the mystery elements, are actually crucial for predicting its path accurately over long time scales.
I see. So uncertainty about the asteroid's physics means uncertainty in the long-term orbit predictions.
Precisely. Small unknowns now about its spin or how it radiates heat can apparently lead to, bigger deviations in where we think it'll be 100 or 200 years from now.
So the source is basically saying, we think its path might be a threat, but we can't be totally sure about the level of threat or pin down the exact risk because we don't fully understand the object itself.
Yeah, that seems to be the core connection the source is making. The future nature of the threat is uncertain, partly because of this physical mystery.
And the source kind of frames things like space missions. It mentions OSIRIS-REx collecting samples.
Right.
It frames those as attempts to solve the mystery, to unveil it.
Exactly. The source suggests that getting data on its composition, its structure, all that helps refine the models. It helps turn the unknowns into knowns.
Which in turn should help clarify the actual level of future threat, maybe even reduce the uncertainty.
That seems to be the hope implied by the source's framing, yes. Better data, better prediction, clearer picture of the risk.
So to wrap this part up then, just focusing on what this source material gave us, Bennu is called Earth's future threat because of that calculated long-term, non-zero impact probability based on its orbit.
Correct, stemming from potential gravitational interactions like that 2135 pass.
And it's called a mystery because key physical properties aren't fully pinned down yet.
Yeah, properties that are actually needed to make those long-term orbital predictions really precise. The mystery impacts the threat system.
Okay, so the source definitely paints a picture of something needing careful watch.
It certainly does. It positions Bennu as requiring serious scientific attention because of both the potential risk, however distant, and the current gaps in our knowledge about the asteroid itself.
So here's a final thought, just based on this framing from the source. It calls Bennu a threat and a mystery, linking the two.
Correct.
If unveiling the mystery means figuring out its physical nature, what it's made of, how it holds together, does that imply anything about what kind of challenge it might pose, beyond just the impact probability itself?
That's interesting. Does knowing if it's a solid rock versus a pile of rubble change